Hey everybody, welcome back to the Open Coin Door podcast. We are back with our May edition.
Woo!
Yeah, we've done some traveling, we've had some events, we got all kinds of different
We've
things
been
to
all
talk
over the
about.
place. You went to Vegas.
I went to Vegas.
I went to Florida.
You went to Florida.
We went to Pennsylvania.
We both went to Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So
We've been around.
We've been around. We've done a lot of things.
Yeah.
Before we get started talking about all of that, I want to give a shout out to my employee Branden. So Branden put together this sick Windows 98 PC behind you right
we can
there.
See it.
Right now, the screensaver that it's showing, I told him I wanted the flying toasters. So that is the After Dark screensaver from that period with the flying toasters.
That's a real thing?
It's a real thing. Flying toasters was like a whole thing. But yeah, it's a functional Windows 98 PC that he's emulating through it's not a Pi, it's a small PC that he had, but it's running software called Batacera where you can put like retro DOS games and stuff on there, but you can run whole operating systems.
He said Oregon Trail's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can hear the AOL startup right now in my ear.
You can do like MS Paint or you got Mist on there.
Paint.
I don't know if it's on there, but I told him I want to see Winamp. I want to see Winamp on there. I think that would be amazing.
That was my jam with the different skins and the equalizers. Yeah.
So that's kind of a cool element. We've kind of, I talked about that in a previous episode that we're starting to get the pieces of it together. But now it's fully functional. We leave a chair over there and people can actually fool around with it and play.
Can it get on the
games.
internet?
No, there's no internet connection to it.
No?
So yeah, it's all like
next steps.
Local loaded stuff.
You gotta get the real AOL download thing.
Get the sounds
and make it do it, and then go to the internet.
We'll get a Netscape Navigator on there, and then they can.
Yeah, this is before Google, everybody.
Totally,
way before.
Yeah, right. You got to open up Yahoo, the directory of the web.
Netscape,
or Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves, yeah.
So
that's a cool addition.
Shout out to Branden. He spent a lot of time. He got it all up and running, and then the whole thing fell apart on him, and he had to rebuild the whole thing from scratch again. So it was like...
I didn't know he did that stuff.
I know a lot of software-wise, like a lot of work went into that. So shout out Branden.
Yeah.
It's amazing and super cool to see that come together. And as a part of doing that, we found out that monitor is crisp. It is such a beautiful PC monitor.
Yeah, look at that.
It is beautiful. So
it's a great picture.
Yeah, he's got the arcade in the background there. So... super cool. Excited to get that up and running and add that element to the 80s living room.
It's like new old stock computer right there.
I call that Dad Gets the Family PC because that's where it went, is the living room.
That's right there,
It's right there for everybody to use, when Mom's not on the telephone.
We didn't have we had a laptop. We didn't get a
PC?
We didn't get a PC.
Oh, we had the whole PC.
We had the laptop and we didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
We just had the old pinball machine. Game, whatever that was, Astro Pinball
Space
or
Cadet?
Space, yeah,
the Microsoft one.
Yeah, and there might have been like Snake or something on there too.
Sure,
that was it.
Yeah. So
used to play that while I watched
all of them.
Cartoon Network.
He's loaded a bunch of games on there. I think Doom is on there.
Really?
Yeah, there's a handful of games on there for people to play as well as just using little applications and things. But cool little element. So shout out again, Branden. That's super cool.
Good job, Branden.
Yeah, we should talk about our travels. Not the Vegas and Jacksonville stuff.
You don't want to talk about Vegas?
What
you can remember?
That's the first rule of Vegas, man, is you don't
talk about Vegas.
It. Yeah.
Or the gooey duck?
Yeah, none of it. Like it was a whirlwind. But
yeah,
we did.
Jacksonville was work, so we don't talk about that.
But we both went up to Allentown to PinFest. Which, how would you describe PinFest? I always tell people it's a lot more homegrown. When people think of pinball conventions or festivals, they think of like Stern is going to be there or Jersey Jack is going to have a booth or something, and it's not really that, right? Like it's a lot more.
A couple years ago, well, no, Spooky didn't have their own booth. They were there with the Pinball Star.
Yeah, Spooky, will sometimes...
The guys are there.
The guys will be there, but it's not typically where a company is set up as opposed to like vendors will have those games. It is a good chance to play new games, for sure.
It's a buy-sell trade event.
Yeah, it's a lot more...
I mean, it's a BST because, and the vendors are there because everybody's there to buy-sell trade. And it is very homegrown.
It's got a whole flea market area
Grassroots.
Where people pull out like all kinds of old stuff. You need like a plastic set from a Bally Wizard from that somebody might have it. You know, you need a board set for whatever they probably do have it.
And it's not just pinball stuff over in the flea market. Like there's signs.
Yeah.
There's
just all kinds of vintage
stoplights.
stuff.
Like there's just, it's a flea market. There's
Yeah.
just, so like that's on the other side, and it's in an agriplex. Like it's at a county fairground.
Fairground.
And it's in the
warehouse
agriplex.
building,
Yeah. So it is not like in a nice convention center area.
Yeah.
But it's super popular.
It's
goodness.
It's a great opportunity to play a variety of games because given that it's a buy-sell event, if you bring a pin there, you get a ticket for free.
I think so.
And I think if you leave it both days, you get both days free. Like, it runs Friday and Saturday. And so you get a wide variety of things that people will bring up there. Everything from EMs all the way to modern games.
To the newest games, yeah.
I think the free play area is like maybe 150 deep, somewhere thereabouts. And then you've got vendor areas. A friend of ours, Grover, set up there. With
big
his
shout out to
games.
Grover. His was the best setup there.
He had an amazing
setup. He had TVs over him. You could watch them.
Cameras over top of
scaffolding.
The games to be able
it was
to
great.
See. Yeah, it was really nice. And then you had other vendors. Coin Taker has been there.
Tilt Graphics was there.
Tilt Graphics. Pinball Star.
Pinball Star was there.
Yeah.
For some of it.
Some of it. Yeah. They left super early.
We won't talk about Pinball Star. We're going to be nice about all
That's
the
right.
things.
We are.
If we're not going to be nice, we're not going to say it.
But they do have a very big booth and brought a lot of games, including like super new stuff. Like Three Musketeers was just announced like a month ago.
We got to play one.
They had one there. So I was like, wow, I definitely didn't expect to see that one.
You know what else they had? A Predator.
They did have a Predator.
They had a Predator.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is, though.
We didn't get to play that.
No.
There was a lot we didn't get to play. We were a little busy. So the reason Collins and I go up there, we've gone there years past before, but last year we were asked to stream. They run a pinball tournament. I
bought a pinball. I got Hobbit there.
Yeah.
When we started going up, and I think before you get into that.
Last year I sold Hot Wheels there.
I was super excited the first couple years we went because I hadn't played all these games. And like you said, there's a lot of games to play there.
Yeah.
This isn't like there's only going to be new games. Like TPF or those things I get, like there's just all the new games, right?
There's even custom games that people have built.
Yeah, like that Skate or Die game.
Skate or Die.
Millionaire.
The
rap version.
People will make like modifications to games and do some weird stuff.
I'm always excited to go, especially when I was new into pinball, is I get to play all of these different games. Mm-hmm. I've never played this game. I didn't even know that game existed. I want to play that. And you stand in line for a little while and you play these games, but it's a really cool experience to get all of the games.
Yeah.
After a few years, you've kind of played all the games, and there might be a few. So you got asked to stream the tournament last year.
Yeah. And I think, last year we also had more time. We got there Thursday night.
Yeah.
So we had all our stuff unpacked, ready to go, whereas
this year, Thursday night. It was kind of
a scheduling nightmare. You had the work trip. You were flying directly into Allentown even to make this work. And you weren't going to get there till Friday evening.
Right.
We had our Pokemon pinball
launch party
tournament, just because the timing, last Thursday of the month was that Thursday night. So I knew going into it, like, if I want to get there Friday, I'm just going to leave super early in the morning. And our tournament went till 11:15 actually, the night before. So, and then I'm packing all the gear that I just streamed that tournament with into my car. So I didn't get out of here till midnight, got up at 5 a.m. and drove up to Allentown. So there was a lot less time to even if I had I think I walked around once on Friday, didn't really play a lot of games as much as just took a lay of the land. And you're right, like, once you've played a lot of games, you walk around a lot, and there's not a lot calling your name.
Right.
I mean, I think if I had all the time in the world and you were there, we probably would have played some games, but it was more just getting a lay of the land, like, all right, yeah, that's cool. But, Friday ended up being a lot of setup, a lot of troubleshooting, and various things with that. And then, of course, Saturday is when the tournament's actually happening.
Yeah.
We're commentating, we're moving the rig, where it's a lot of, there's not a lot.
It's a lot of me sitting in my chair for 8 hours.
There's no breaks to it, right?
Right.
So
yeah, Friday is really the day that we kind of get to still see everything, but it's also by far the busiest day.
Yes.
I mean, even in the free play area, there's lines on lines to play a game from the 80s, right? Like there's just...
Which is funny to me because I would have thought like, some people have to work, Saturday would be busier, but I guess people just know going into it that I mean, if you travel for it, it doesn't matter. You're taking off of work. But I guess also people know the Friday, the first day, is the better chance of being able to play all the games because they're all still there. Keep in mind, this is a buy-sell event. While people are supposed to leave their games until the end, what you see a lot of is that they're constantly moving games in and out. Some people may not even bring their game until Saturday, which you're allowed to do as well.
Really?
You can. You only get.
I guess so. Yeah.
You only get your ticket for that day. It's not very common. I think a lot of people bring their games in on Fridays, but there's a lot of moving in and out or whatever. We saw this throughout the day on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
Games start getting picked up and moved out, and it's just constantly flow out. And so as Saturday goes on, it trickles down. So of course Friday's going to be more popular.
Yeah.
It's the more stable of the 2 days to be able to play all.
And if you're going to Allentown, you know pinball people, and pinball people are going to tell you because they've been to Allentown.
Yeah.
You need to be there Friday.
Right.
Go on Friday. Saturday is cool. You're still going to be able to do stuff, but like you said, everything is there Friday.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be there on Friday.
Yeah.
Did they let people go in Thursday night and set up their pins?
Yes.
Like the free play?
Thursday night is sort of the setup night, and from what Mad Mike has told me, he's like, there are 2 times to make the best deals, and it's Thursday night or Saturday afternoon.
Or Saturday when they still have their game there.
So Thursday night, nobody's made any offers yet. You get in, and you can immediately just be like, I can take that, we can make this deal right now. The game would still have to be on the floor if it's, in the free play area. That doesn't apply to like vendors and flea markets and those kind of things. But it's like, when it comes to flea markets and that's when he's jumping in and he's like, oh you've got a Williams System 7 board? What do you want for that?
Right, you get first dibs in the flea market. Yeah.
The whole inventory is out there.
For sure.
You get the first shot at it before people have picked through things. And then, of course, Saturday afternoon, people don't want to take stuff home. So, anything goes, and that's what happened.
And let's be honest, by Saturday, the whole place kind of smells bad.
Yeah.
All the way over to even the flea market doesn't smell great.
Right.
It's not.
It's
kind of
been
nasty.
peopled out. Yeah.
And they did us dirty this year, and they moved the peanut guy.
I know.
So when we stream the tournament's always in the back corner, and they're like creatures of habit there. I'm convinced that this is how we've always done it. This is how we're always going to do it, and it's not broken. We're not going to fix it.
Yeah, I mean,
We've talked about this.
Festival has been going on 25 plus years.
Yeah,
right? So
and
long time.
We talked about this.
Like,
why would they want to get better?
Yeah.
It's super successful. I don't need to change anything. Where we come in and we're like, but we could do this so much better.
This could be so much better.
So we're back, and the restrooms are back there where we're at. And last year, they had the peanut guy back there. Mm-hmm. And he makes peanuts on site and puts all the flavors in them, and almonds and cashews and all the things. And he's back there, and it kind of masks a little bit. And they moved him to the front, and it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, their restroom setup. Again, it's an agricultural complex. It's not a great setup to begin with in terms of masking anything. And you put, hundreds upon hundreds of people into the building, primarily males.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and the bathroom situation's not good.
It's not. It's bad. So,
but then even just the air, over in the other side, and I mean, it's just the way that it is because there's. How many people do you think go through there? In 500, 1,500?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that part was really rough. This year in particular, but you're right. In years past, that nut vendor was near there, and the smell of roasted pralines and stuff would help mask things a little bit, and then we didn't have that opportunity. I think at one point we bought a bag and we were just kind of huffing out of it just to keep our sanity.
We sure were. I remember that. Yeah. You got the good ones too. You got the brown sugar bourbon cinnamons. They were good.
I was like, what things are going to smell strongest?
What? I think I still have some of those left.
There you go.
I got the buffalo ones, which were really good.
Didn't leave those at the hotel. We bought things at the vendor market and forgot them at the hotel. It was very sad.
Yeah, $50 worth of
know.
Stuff. Crap.
So
where were we too? We were all the way we were on 95 or something. We were really home. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
So right across from the PinFest is a farmer's market. And there's restaurants and there's delis and
farmer's market undersells it though. It is a massive building with basically permanent booths for a lot of these vendors, and they sell it you'll have a booth that's just dedicated to making pickles, and they've got
the
20
pickle shop.
barrels full of custom pickles.
We didn't go there.
You've got butchers.
Meat sticks.
Yeah, you've got butchers selling all kinds of things. You've got like cheese purveyors. You've got
the snack spot that does all the
and a lot of
pretzel rolls
and a lot of restaurants as well.
Pizzas.
Restaurants.
There's a vacuum store.
There's a store that sells and repairs vacuums.
There's a vacuum store. There's a coffee shop.
Yeah.
But then down farther, there's like the chicken spot. Did we eat there once? Did we go?
I've never eaten there. No.
We walked down there,
I've
but
walked
we
down
didn't
there.
get
Yeah,
we didn't get
it's
anything.
It's a huge place.
It's enormous.
Yeah. So
it's cool. Vegetables. There's a vegetable spot.
Bought ourselves a lot of money's worth of meat sticks and then left them in the fridge.
I was looking for those too.
Yeah.
We have to put a T-shirt on the handle.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
And stick it's not going to work. We got to put something there.
Something that we would notice.
Yeah. We got to do that. We left it there, but
so
it's probably part of the reason why PinFest smells bad. But it's fun. It's cool. So we got there. You get there. I'm on a plane.
Right. And I'm setting up. And we've, folks, this is the thing about streaming on location can be a challenge because there are things that you know how to do and then there are unknowns. And
okay, there is one unknown thing that will screw it up every time.
The network.
That's what messes it up.
Yeah.
Because you have built such a robust system, I guess it is. I mean, it's a system. Everything that you've built works with itself.
Yeah, like
and
one
thing.
I know I'm not going to go there and suddenly my microphones don't work. That's just not going to happen.
Right.
I have backups if it does. I have lots of wires and lots of different mics and things.
And the cameras are great.
I know the cameras are going to work.
The batteries, you've got extra batteries.
I had just streamed here at the arcade the night before, so the system can work.
Will work every time.
Will work. But so the first challenge I ran into, the first of many was last year we had a dedicated internet provider. They said they weren't able to give us a dedicated line. You've got to use the regular Wi-Fi. Did a speed test and said, guys, this is not going to work.
What did you kept saying? You kept saying,
I said
it was sending images from space.
Yeah, I was like, this is so slow. And they're like, can we just dial the quality down? And I said, this is like send images from space level. Like this isn't, streaming video of any quality. However, when I first ran into that, I was like, can we at least get the vendor internet? I saw on the list of the Wi-Fi access points. I'm like, I don't love being on Wi-Fi, but if I have to be, that's probably a better one. And I'd switched to that, and the download speeds were great. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's probably okay. And
they were great?
The download speeds were great. Like 120 down.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So, but keep in mind, again, this isn't my network.
And you're not.
So we're relying, part of my rig, and maybe this is one area that I could improve, although I do like the way our system works. But my system does require full wireless talking between the rig and the desktop PC.
Yeah.
And on my network, that's totally fine. But then you go in other locations where they have stuff a little bit more restricted, like certain ports are locked down and, those kind of things. And so I go to connect to the streaming rig, and it's just like, nope. Not
going to let
do
you.
It. And I was
you
just
can't.
like,
You're not allowed.
And there's nobody there. Again, it's like an old school festival. It's not like, let me talk to the network guy at the Agriplex. That's not a position. There's
that
no
person
one there.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, they probably contracted some company to set this up, but there's no guy, there's no person that can be called to come and be like, can you open up port XYZ? So I'm immediately trying to think of alternatives. Ran over to Best Buy, bought a travel router.
Yeah.
Basically set up a bootleg network within a network.
In a network.
Yeah, like I still needed their Wi-Fi for getting it up to Twitch, but internally between the rig and the desktop, I had my own little network.
Yeah.
And that was
I'm on a plane.
Yeah, you're still on the plane.
I'm sitting, I'm ready to go, second flight of the day.
Yeah.
And I get a text. So, first problem, we don't have any internet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in Atlanta. I'm like, when I get there,
and
what are we going to do?
Right.
So then he says, I think I got an idea. I'm going to Best Buy right now. I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting ready to take off. I'll see you in a minute.
And I thought I had everything resolved. And folks, the other thing that I didn't do is when I talk about how great that download speed was, I didn't check the upload speed.
That was Yeah.
So I was actually feeling super confident, so confident that I got up and said, well, I'm pretty good. I'm going to walk around the pinball festival and kind of enjoy a little bit. And so I walked around for a little bit, came back and said, I think it's time to do a test stream.
You did tell me you were good too. I remember
We
this.
put it on Pokemon. They were doing a high score tournament throughout the whole day. And so they were like, there'll always be somebody playing on that game. So why don't we put it on that? We put it on that, go live. And it is immediately obvious, like, we can't stream at all.
Nothing's happening. Something's wrong.
And I was like, that makes no sense. The download speed was so great. So I went back and ran another test. Download speed was great. The upload was almost non-existent.
It was like 2. Like, literally, it was 2.
2 megs up.
2 megs.
You know, and we were just like, I was like, and, you know, of course, again, the organizers are like, what do you need? What do you need? And I'm like, I need this to work. I don't really... Like, I can fix a lot of things. I can't fix that. That's like the internet itself is not functional for what you want to do. So we're talking about alternatives like recording locally, which is not great. I mean, we could have done it and uploaded it to YouTube, but then there's no interaction with any chat. And I think that for a stream, that really enhances things, being able to have people asking questions as you're doing things.
100%.
Back and forth.
Absolutely.
It's a much different feeling to just say, you know, just record it locally and post it, you know, a day or two later.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really jazzed about doing that. And then you come in and...
you were burnt, man. By the time I got there, it was like...
I'm working off 4.5 hours of sleep. I've driven 4.5 hours to get up there at 10 a.m., and it's just been nonstop troubleshooting.
And you've been doing this for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
You were burnt. I could tell, like, just your face. You were like defeated.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, okay.
Well, I had no solutions at that point. I was like, I couldn't imagine what else I could do to make the internet better.
So for me, when you don't have any solutions, that's bad. Because I don't ever have.
I am usually the guy.
You're the tech solution guy. I'm like, yes, you do your thing, and I'm just gonna sit here and look pretty, and we'll be fine. So I was nervous, and look, those guys, they honestly didn't have any answers. They weren't being idiots about it or didn't care.
Pretty much every step of the way, people like what you would want is you would want that point of contact that had access to the network.
Right.
But again, this isn't that kind of festival, and that just didn't exist. So nobody was empowered to say, well, let me get the network guy on the phone, or let me get X, Y, and Z. Even the festival organizers just sort of like, I don't know what to tell you. Why do you need internet again? Like, you know, it's just sort of like every step of the way, nobody's really speaking that language to be able to help you out.
I said, hold my beer.
Yeah.
And I went to talk to, I went up front and found some of the people. And they said this and that and everything. So then I found the guy that runs it, and he was the same way. He was like, the only thing I could do is call these people, but it's already like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, at this point it's like the evening of Friday
So I just took it upon myself to find out. So you had mentioned the direct, and I had found that cable earlier. So I went back and I'm looking at that cable, and there's a little tag on the cable. I just happened, I'm like, I'm going to keep looking. And on there was a number. For service. So I called the service, and I'll be damned if it didn't work. And that girl was an angel. She was a lifesaver. So
you called the internet company.
Yeah.
And you're basically like, hey, we've got a service issue here. We need some help. Can you look us up? And, you know, gave the Agriplex's address.
And she's like, well, it might be a commercial account. And if it's a commercial account, I can't help you. And they'll be here in the morning. And I was like, okay. Can you just tell me if you service this? Because we were told that they didn't have the service, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't want to get in the weeds. And she said, no, it looks like you do. Yeah, it is. And I was like, great. Can you tell me if it's working? And she said, well, you need to find the router. And this is where this was great. So I said, okay, I don't know where it is, but you're going to stay on the phone with me, and I'm going to find it. And it just happened to be the first place that I looked. I walked up front, and there was a do not enter.
So you entered.
So I went in. And
I didn't even know there was maintenance clause. And you text me saying, come to the
maintenance closet.
Like,
and you're like, what?
Where's this place is not small.
Like, no, I mean, it's a big,
very large building. And
so I go in the closet, and I just look up. And there it is. It's like shining. Whole server rack and the little bitty black modem up on the top. And I was like, or router or whatever. I'm like, I think I found it. She was like, okay, I need the number on the back of it. It's like 9 feet in the air. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
So I got a little plastic chair, super sketchy, but it worked. And I pulled it out enough. She said, I need the last four numbers. Mm-hmm. So I got them. She's like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, oh. Everything's good. Everything was great. So she looks it up. She's like, oh, yeah, there's something wrong on our end. You're not getting any service. Nothing. There's something wrong. She said, I'll send a tech out there right away. Like, are you serious? I said, look, lady, I'm only here till 9 o'clock. It's hard, like, to kick us out at 9 o'clock.
Out. Yeah.
So she said, yeah, I'll get him. He's got one other place, blah, blah. So he ends up calling and said, I'm not going to make it tonight. I'll be there at 8:30 in the morning. So we deal with it. Get there at 8:15 in the morning. He's already there.
He's already there working on it.
And he's doing the thing.
Yeah.
They had put a damper on. I don't know what this is or why or what it is.
The damper is.
But he took it off. He's like, there's a damper on the back of this thing. Took it off, and the speeds went through the roof. Like, they went from like 2 to like 62 instantly the first time we checked it. And then it dropped back down to like 38. It was hovering at like 38 for a long time. But that was the reason that morning we didn't get to do any more games.
Oh, yeah. We're still troubleshooting.
Because we're trying to figure this out. And like we said in the beginning of this, there's only really one thing with your setup that's going to mess us up on location, and it's the network.
It's the network. And we ran into that, we tried to stream from a place called Acme Pie Company, and, we ultimately figured out that they had pointed us to
just the wrong one.
We were just on the wrong access point.
Yeah.
It was a lot slower because he was like, no, we have amazing internet. I'm like, but you don't.
Not this one.
So, yeah. And I don't know, as we were talking about alternatives, it's like, how do you adjust for that? I mean, obviously, planning and preparation and having these conversations well in advance. A lot of times when I've done this in the past, you kind of like, if you just take someone at their word, we have high-speed internet. You can't.
That's not, no.
There needs to be, you have to be able to like send them a speed test. You have to see like, can we have a hardline connection? Go to speedtest.net, tell me what the numbers are. Because if they just say they have high speed and then you get there, it's like, well, I watch YouTube videos. It's like, it's not the same as streaming high speed,
right?
High def, video.
And I remember we were there at the pie joint.
Yeah.
You had knocked things down, and you were calling people. I think maybe you're talking to Mark about knocking things down to like 720 and the frame rates and doing all the things. And you had tried it here, and it just but like 2 megs, like 2. Yeah. Like, it wasn't working.
No, there's no adjustment for that. And
so,
we still, we had a few issues on Saturday, but nothing compared to Friday. It just wasn't going to happen at all.
So, we got it functional. I think
it dropped 4 times total for a couple, like a minute or two. But that was it. So I'll take that all day long over not being able to stream at all.
But
so
I think going into next year, we'll have a good mind frame of, okay, we need to check these things. We need to. I can call Jeff back and be like, hey, Jeff, I need you to make sure this works on Thursday. Can we schedule an appointment?
Yeah.
Because
honestly, I think next year we should really push for, not being able to provide a hardline connection. It's just not going to be a thing. This is going to be a requirement to stream the tournament. Let's talk to the right people. This company doesn't do it, but then that's because some other company surely does.
Yeah.
There's a non-compete. So, let's talk to the company that does, find out what it takes to get a hard wire over there. And do a speed test on it.
Well, and that's what, I didn't really understand because he came and fixed everything on the end that he could fix everything on. And he tested the cord that we found, the coax that was coming in, and I think he said it was dead. I think he said it wasn't anything coming in on it.
Yeah.
So we couldn't use that one. Okay, well, how do we get that one back on?
I think that'll be the conversation for next year.
How do we get...
That's the biggest thing, is just having a seat at the table for those conversations. And, We've had some location-based ones that worked well. The one that we did at Maltese worked great.
That was a good one.
There was no problems with there, but it's definitely, like you said, it's the biggest wild card is the internet. So
especially at a place like that, because they don't care. I mean, they run shows constantly all year, and their people can be on the Wi-Fi and send text messages, or their vendors can be on the Wi-Fi and do stuff. They don't care.
Yeah.
It's not in there.
Most of pinball still is not, and this actually kind of leads into what we'll talk about also in this episode, is like a lot of pinball has nothing to do with the network. I mean, there is now like Insider Connected, but at a show, they don't really care about that too much. Like, if a game is not connected to Insider Connected, they don't care.
Especially at something like that, because it's a buy-sell trade. Hey, it has Insider Connected.
Cool. Yeah.
Great.
Right.
But for what we do, and honestly, it has been a pretty well thought of tournament in the past. Like it's really good, and I don't want that to, one, for them, and two, for Reclaim. I don't want either of those things to go down because the quality of that. And then people are like, well, the last time I watched those guys, that tournament, I couldn't even see it, and I don't know what Reclaim's doing because, I mean, that's their, you know. And
no, we ended up getting a lot of great compliments on our setup.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was really cool to see. We had a
couple pictures and videographers.
Yeah, I got in a big 55-inch TV and had the stream showing on that, so anybody, and several people throughout the day took advantage of this to pull up a chair and actually watch the stream live, and watch people playing on that television.
Yeah, we had audience right in front of us.
Especially towards the end. That always
pretty cool.
happens. When it's the finals, like the people competing against each other are coming back to watch it on the television because it's in real time and they're able to see exactly how that person's playing. Yep. So that was really cool to see, and a lot of people complimented our setup. And so as stressful as it was, it did all turn out in the end. It just meant because of all the troubleshooting, really didn't get to play a lot of pinball at PinFest.
And it was it was stressful, and I think we did a good job of keeping our wits and not like, hey, we're still having fun, we're still doing this, we're still streaming, it's still a good time. A bad day at pinball beats a good day at work any day.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
I think it was still a success and definitely a learning experience, and not just for us, but I think for everybody that was involved.
Yeah.
Of, oh, hey, like we can be high end with this.
Right.
But we also have to have just have the basic requirements.
Right.
Right. And communication.
Communication, yeah, for sure.
Before Friday afternoon.
Speaking of internet connected pinball.
Fun times.
We've got Scorbit in the house. So in lots of machines. I can't even remember. I think I had talked very briefly about it on the last episode, if at all. But all the hardware came in, got it all installed. So for those who don't know, Scorbit is not really a competitor to Insider Connected. It's just a different way of approaching it, and it's not vendor specific. So Scorbit...
Yeah, I wouldn't call it competition.
Scorbit just connects pinball machines to the internet, to a cloud platform that it can track scores, just, like leaderboards and things like that. It can track a lot of stuff.
It tracks a ton of... That's, I think... We've talked about Scorbit. I think the coolest thing is you can really dial down into the game a little bit. Like, oh, you had a really good first ball.
Right.
And then there really wasn't anything after that.
Yeah,
What'd you do on the first?
Your score over time
and the time.
That, and so
it'll say, like, if you're on the app, it'll say lock is lit. Mm-hmm. I noticed that the other day because it wouldn't log me in. And the game was going and the lock was lit. And it says lock is lit. I'm like, how do you know that? And you won't let me in.
Right.
So it's a really young. It's really young still. It's brand new.
They launched, and they've gone through different iterations, right? So Scorbit launched in 2020, right in the height of COVID, as a way to connect pinball machines to the internet.
It was on my GNR. I had it.
Yeah. Back then, if you wanted to do it, you had to buy the hardware and you had to subscribe to the software. So immediately I was out because the monthly fees for somebody who has 19 pinball machines, I'm like, I love this idea, but I can't sign up for something that has the monthly subscription and have to buy all the boards. Because the boards, they're about $250 to $300, somewhere thereabouts. It's about the price of like a fancier pinball mod, right? Which is fine for what it does, but I couldn't add monthly fees for all those games too. I'm like, I just can't afford it. So that was their first iteration. I think they got a lot of pushback from that. It's like, pick one. Like either buy the hardware and the service is free, or buy the monthly fee and send the hardware for free. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So they heard that loud and clear, and I think it was, 2 years ago at Pinball Expo, they announced that the service was now free of charge. Like anybody can sign up for it. You just have to buy the hardware. And so that was when I added it to 4 games, the DMD-based ones. I didn't do any Sterns because at the time I was like, I'm still not quite sure what that looks like to have a Stern with Insider connected, also connected to Scorbit. So I left that out for the moment, and I did Attack from Mars, Twilight Zone, Addams Family, and World Cup Soccer. Bought the boards for those, installed them, and we used it to be able to create a leaderboard of high scores for that.
Yeah.
And it's like there at the time, like it used QR codes to scan in, and you would scan. It was like basically the exact opposite of Stern, where you get a QR code and you're scanning it to a camera. You're opening your camera app and scanning a QR code, and it's logging you into the game.
Yeah.
So there was some training with folks to help them understand what it was, but it was just sort of this like extra thing nice to have. We were able to bring it into Twitch streams, the live scores at the time I remember we would do.
Yep.
And that was
on those games,
and that was kind of
see
cool.
it. Yeah.
And like you said, the tracking of scores over time was really cool.
But
yeah,
now
nothing really. I was just sort of like, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know that I would invest. And they were very limited on what they supported still. The DMD based games they did, but not the older games. Like that I could tell anyway. It was just like I couldn't get Comet online. I couldn't get
Arena.
Arena. Like there were a lot of games that just weren't supported, and then I wasn't really touching the Sterns. So last year at Expo, they announced a new iteration and sort of where they see the future of their company going, which is that they have a lot more support for games, first off. So like the Scorbitron is what they call the boards that go in there, and they have a lot of iterations for not just the DMD-based games, but going all the way back to like the 80s. Comet is supported, Jungle Lord is supported.
Jungle Lord supported?
It is. I haven't got mine. Has like a development board in it, which I found out I don't have original boards in
that's
mine.
right. Yeah.
So I actually got the Scorbitron for it, but it wasn't.
I don't think we're missing much.
So, but they support everything from like 1979 onwards. Like any solid state and onwards game is supported. Stern, Sam, Spike 1, Spike 2.
And now they have a little.
So
it's like the size of a credit card.
Like a tap pad, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing NFC instead of the QR code option, which has its pros and cons. Like on one hand, it's like the idea being people don't really like scanning QR codes, open the app, scan the QR code. Like it's a little odd versus just tapping your phone. But in reality, I think what you've had mixed success with it. I've had no issues, but I'm also a weird person that doesn't use a case.
You don't have a case on your phone. This guy runs around with a brand new iPhone, doesn't have a case on his phone. You know how many times I dropped my phone today? And my case is broken, but it doesn't, and I have a pop socket too. How do you live without a pop socket? You don't have anything to like hold your phone, a ring or anything.
Yeah.
So I can't, it's NFC.
Yeah.
And it's through the glass, like it's on like the board and then the glass.
Right.
So you set your phone on top of the glass and then the board reads it. It can't read my phone. I have to take it out of the case every time.
Yeah.
And it's not a repeat playable, like you don't stay logged in like on IC. So I do this and it starts the game most of the time.
Right.
8 out of 10 times. And then I put it back in my case.
Now what you can do is you can claim a game just in the app, like without scanning or anything. You can just say,
so,
I'm player 2 on this game. I'm playing with these other 3 guys. Log me in there.
That's how I learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of having to, there's that way too.
Yeah.
So you can go into the
much
game.
more manual though. Like
every time you have to.
World, you just want to tap your phone and it.
I open the app. I go to the game. If it's my second game, already in the game. So then you have to click cancel because it's searching for the game. So for the NFC.
Gotcha.
So you have to click cancel and then tap to join. So you join the game and then it puts you in the spot and then you say start game. And this is cool. It starts the game. You don't have to push the button.
Right.
Like the start button on your phone is the start button on the machine. It starts it automatically. But I have to do that every single game. I have to take my phone out, open the app, push cancel, join the game, start the game. Instead of just boop. Or keep me logged in and just push start button until I'm done. Like on AC.
Keep you logged in an arcade with a bunch of people running around though.
IC does.
Yeah, so then are other people putting up scores for you on your IC
No,
account?
you can hold the button in and it counts down really fast.
Oh, okay.
Other people have used my. I just walk away after a game and somebody will come up and push it.
Yeah,
and
I could see for home use that being like.
But IC does. It keeps you logged in, and there's like a 15-second countdown.
Yeah.
I would like it because I'll play 3 or 4 games in a row, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do something else. But it's constant. Take my phone out, and and now I know I can just do it in the app, but it's like 4 or 5 steps.
Yeah.
So maybe they can.
I could see them updating that.
Maybe they
sure.
could, yeah.
And this is very early, to be clear.
And you've talked to them.
Oh, yeah. So
in the Discord, I think you said?
So going back.
Yeah, sorry.
So the tap pad's a whole thing.
Sorry.
And it's triggering for him.
Yeah, sorry.
But it is a new way to log in to it as opposed to the QR codes. They also are now supporting it as a payment platform, which doesn't matter to Free Play Arcade, but it would matter if you're an operator of pins that normally people have to like get cash and get quarters or tokens or something and put those into the game. They can just add money to their wallet, tap the thing, and pay for the pinball machine and start playing. So they're seeing it as a cheaper way because, like, you know, and this kind of gets into the
operators
weeds.
Are seeing it cheaper because you don't have to get the bill acceptors?
So not just the bill acceptors. If you want to take card payments like Ocelot does, those things can cost like thousands of dollars. Like, that's a heck of an investment. And, you know, it makes sense if you're an arcade that's got the money and a lot of, but if you're just an operator with like 4 pins on location, you want another alternative way for people to be able to digitally pay to play that game. Mm-hmm. This is like no money down, right? Like, so that's definitely way cheaper for them to be able to operate that aspect of it. So in addition to that, they're doing competitions where basically you run, right now it just supports like a high score tournament, but I think they've talked about alternative formats that they could do. And the idea behind that is similar to the payment platform. You would pay to enter a tournament, and because Scorbit knows what your score is, you don't have to have scorekeepers, right? You can run a tournament for a week long or 2 weeks long, and it's keeping track of all the scores in the leaderboard and telling you if you got knocked off and all those kind of things. And at the end, you can actually pay out. You can do a single jackpot, you know, where you set what the jackpot's going to be, or you can do a progressive one where every entry adds to that jackpot over time. So we started playing with that feature, but we're one of, I mean, they're getting more locations every time, but as soon as I found out all of this new stuff and that they were giving away the hardware for free and so much other stuff, I was like,
Of course you did, because he's a toy guy and you like tech and tech toys and it's brand new stuff.
I was already invested in Scorbit with those 4 games.
With the 4, yeah.
And so I was like, this is just going to take it to another level. And so it took them a little bit of time because ironically they had to make sure that Virginia progressive jackpots were allowed. There are some states where that's illegal. It's considered like a type of gambling that's illegal. So they had to like check with lawyers on a state-by-state basis. They're having to make sure that that feature is allowed. They could turn it off, but they don't want to. It's a cool feature to be able to have a jackpot grow over time. So they found that out, I think, in February, that everything's good to go, got the sign off. And so they sent me all the hardware, and I was like, so do you want to start with like a couple games? And they're like, we want every single machine that's supported. We'll give you every single Stern game as well as every one that has a board and so
all the old games, everything that's supported.
And what's really cool is like, so on modern machines, you don't need the Scorbitron device. Scorbitron is the whole like big hardware piece that goes inside the back box. Like on Adam's Family and others, it's literally like I have to pull the CPU chip off of the board and then put it on their Scorbitron and then stick it back in. So it's bypassing that. That's how they're able to know like when lock is lit or start the game. And
it can read everything.
It can read everything.
It's inside it, yeah.
They're doing that. They're monitoring the DMD for scores and stuff too. Like they're getting a lot of information from a lot of different places, but there's a lot of hardware to it. On modern games, it's just a tap pad plugged in by USB. That's all that it is because it's all software based. They're able to do a lot more with the modern games. So all of the Spike 2 games, and they're working on Spike 3. They haven't gotten there yet. It's a little bit too new, I think. Yeah. But Spike 2 games, it's just literally plug the tap pad in and register the game, and it's all set to go. Pulp Fiction is supposed to be supported with their next code update whenever that comes out. CGC is just about as slow as JJP is when it comes to code. So we're waiting on them for their code update, but they said it's like literally ready to go. They were able to work with the developers at Play Mechanics to get that up and running for them.
What about Cactus Canyon?
That as long as CGC will play with them. So they're kind of at the mercy of the manufacturers, right? So like people who want to play ball with them will, and then but a lot of the manufacturers, my understanding is like they're just so busy making the games that they're like, go away.
Go away. Stop it.
But, it's basically...
That's too bad.
It is because, and that, what they told me and what I've taken to heart is that, like, if you want, like, Evil Dead to be supported, just fill out Spooky's contact form and just say, I'd just like to voice my support for you all adding Scorbit.
That was my next question. Is Spooky in on it? Yeah.
So my understanding was that they had a conversation.
They were going to talk.
They were going to talk at Texas Pinball Festival. So, like, they are in talks with some of them, but it's always this precarious balance of, hey, I know you're making a whole bunch of Beetlejuices and you're very successful. We would really like to work with you to get Scorbit support into your game. And, if they're not working on any alternative, no problem if they've got the development resources to put behind it. Jersey Jack pulled their support for, I don't know, like people
that was so weird.
It was very weird. It was like people thought at the time, oh, they must be coming out with some competitor to the Scorbit thing. Like they would have their own way to do leaderboards and all this other stuff. But here we are years later.
It's 3 years ago.
And there's nothing. So it's like, why did you pull support? It was costing them nothing. It was free for them. Scorbit was helping them do all this support, and I guess talks just broke down.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. So I don't
for them to not have something in the tank to replace it, because that was what everybody thought.
It's so unfortunate because it's just like they're out of all the manufacturers, they're the only one that I know of that just seems to actively be anti-Scorbit at this point, and I don't know why. I don't know what fell apart there, but there must have been some bad blood or something to where.
So they're not going to, Scorbit's not going to go into, so I'm not going to get one for Potter?
I don't think you will, because I think there's enough bad blood there in terms of it having previously been supported in JJP going out of their way to rip it out of their system. So
I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean,
I see was really it's cool. You know why I want it? For leaderboards at the arcade.
Yeah.
I don't need it in my house.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're not getting JJPs.
Some people are big into home leaderboards. Like I know Stern made a big.
It would be cool because we do Pinball Tuesdays.
Yeah,
it would be cool to be able to have it, but we can also just keep score.
And so all these
we don't need it on a TV.
Yeah, so all these modern games, all you need is a tap pad. For home users, it's $49. You get the tap pad, plug it in USB, you register the game. Now you have an internet-connected machine that can track all your scores. And
not a month. It's just $49.
One-time fee. You're buying the tap pad, you're plugging it in, you're good to go.
I would do that. I would buy it for. I would buy it for.
It's not a
Potter.
very expensive mod to be able to do all that, and the whole Scorbit system is free of charge. For operators, they don't even charge you for the tap pads. They just give them to you, and then they recoup their fees by you running tournaments and other things, and that kind of stuff.
The tournament was really cool. You had it on Stranger Things first.
Yeah.
And they put in because they wanted to do all of it, so they upped it, and you put in. And
this was the first time they were launching their tournaments feature, and there were, I think, 14 locations in the U.S.
That's what I was going to say, a dozen,
something
14,
like that.
Yeah.
And so we got in just in the nick of time to get our hardware up and running and be a part of that. And yeah, they were super generous. So they had $500 to the jackpot to start.
Yeah.
And we ran that for 2 weeks.
And it was progressive. So every time it was $1 or $2. It was $2 to play?
$2 entry, yeah.
And $1 went to it.
$1 went to the jackpot. $1 goes to Scorbit.
And then, and it went up. And that was a lot of fun to keep track of.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in the leaderboard like I was.
Yeah.
Then
it's real fun, isn't it?
It is a lot of fun.
When you earn money, it's real fun.
Yeah.
But, we did another one after that, and it's still very much in the experimental phase where I'm talking to different people that I know are big pinball people and just trying to gauge, even people that used Scorbit before that haven't been competing in the competitions, and then they're like, nope, I'm not going to gamble. I draw a hard line there, and I was like, all right, fair enough. And some people just don't quite get it. They can't get the NFC to work, or they're just sort of like, yeah, I know about it, but I haven't gotten there yet. So it's early days still. I ran another one that finished right at the end of Allentown, where it was we did an oldie and a newie. So we did
a what? An oldie and a nudie.
An oldie.
It's the family place.
And a newbie. We did Comet and Black Knight Sword of Rage, but I did them differently. So Comet was, again, $2 entry, $1 goes to the jackpot, and the jackpot started a little bit lower. I think I threw $75 in there, and Scorbit matched it. So it started at 150.
150,
So
yeah.
not low necessarily, but on Black Night,
Oh, it was expensive.
we did a high stakes tournament, and it wasn't really that high stakes. It was $5.
It was $5 an entry. $5 a game.
Traditional high stakes tournaments are much higher than that. Like it's like $25 entry or whatever, but the money can get massive.
Per game?
Well,
I'm not getting one of those. Not when Dale's allowed in them.
usually on those it's a full tournament. Like the entry might cost a lot more, but then the jackpot is a lot bigger too.
Oh.
But yeah.
Anyway, so that one was $5.
So that one was $5. Again, Scorbit only takes $1 from each entry, so whatever else you put in can go towards it. So that one, $4
Yeah.
from every entry was going into it.
And I was only here for one day.
And I put in, I think, $150.
You put in too. Yeah.
And Scorbit again matched
And they matched
that.
it.
So yeah,
That was a good
that
one.
one was a much bigger jackpot to start with, and it was like growing exponentially larger for the people who would enter. But what I find interesting is less people entered the Black Knight one than they did the Comet one. We had some people like keep turning and burning
Yeah,
and trying
because
again
it
and
was
again
$5.
Right. So
It was $5. I only did one, and I took the lead without one.
yeah.
But then I wasn't here to redo it, and I ended up.
Our scheduling kind of didn't allow us to
I was like,
participate
this
that
is
much.
the only night I'm going to be here. And
Ironically,
It held up.
I ended up coming in second place, so I got some decent money on that one. Yes,
on Comet or on Black Knight?
Black Knight.
Did you really?
Yeah, I won like $125. So ironically, the owner can participate in these. So
It's rigged.
no,
You can't rig pinball.
I fought for that.
So I think
Yeah, it's been interesting.
I have one more qualm with the Scorbit thing. Again, I understand that it's young, so
Sure.
I would make a recommendation on this, but it bothered me. I couldn't. The wallet.
Yeah,
It didn't. It's kind of a sliding scale, but it's not. You can leave it all in there, or you can take 50% out, or
Yeah.
25, 75, or
yeah.
all.
You were telling me about this because like I didn't really experiment with much. I did win money in that one, and I just put it all into my wallet and figured I'm playing with house money from the here on out. So like I
Right,
didn't withdraw
but
anything.
I
didn't
wanted to
know.
take my money out, but I wanted to use $5 or 10 or $20 on my play with house money on the Black Knight entries. So that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be like, leave 20 in my wallet,
Yeah.
take the rest out, and it won't let you. It's like for some reason this, and I don't know why.
It's almost,
I don't know why you would do this, but it's set at 1%.
Yeah, and it feels like there's two wallets happening. There's your winnings, and then there's the wallet
And
that has money in it.
the payout wallet.
And why? Like,
Why is that?
you could
Why?
just, I mean, unless there's some like legal reason or whatever
Yeah,
to
a
do
gambling
that,
thing, but
I have no idea. But
no, that's not the case in like whatever the FanDuel or whatever.
yeah, I don't know.
It's just money in, money out.
Right.
But it costs money, which is fine, whatever. It costs money to put money in.
The
It's like
credit card
10%
fees.
or whatever,
Yeah.
or it's a flat fee, because if it was $10, it was $1.50, and if it was $30, it was $1.50.
If it's like our point of
flat.
sales, it's like 3% plus $1 or something. Like it's usually.
No, it was a flat fee because
Was it?
Yeah, because I was only going to put 10 in, and I was like, well, if I put 20, it's the same. So I'm just going to put 20 in and not have to pay $3 versus $1.50.
Yeah.
To take it out, if you don't take it out within a week, it automatically goes into your wallet, and now you can't take it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like,
Interesting.
well, I don't want to leave $50 in here. I want to leave,
Yeah.
but the least that I could leave in there was 50. So I had to do that. I had to leave or maybe it was 40 or whatever it was. I couldn't leave. I only want to leave 20 in there.
Yeah.
I want to take the rest out because I want it. It's my money. And I only want to spend this much on Black Knight. It wouldn't let me do it. I don't know why you would have if you're going to have a sliding scale, just have a sliding scale.
Yeah.
Or just say, this is how much money is in here. I want to leave 20. I want to bring the rest out.
Yeah.
If I can do any, I should be able to pick.
I gotta imagine as more locations start using this,
Yeah.
they'll get a lot
Again, I
better.
realize that would be one of the things that I would say is, along with the replayability, is let me do whatever I want with my money.
Right. Yeah.
That like don't hold 50%.
Right.
Just let me do it. It's my money.
So yeah, we'll
And
see.
you get your fee or your
I gotta
pay.
decide what the next game will be.
I wanted it to be Adam's Family for the classic.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be that last time, but I like that game. So
Like that game. Yeah.
And
So,
we also need to make a rule that champions, first place guys can't, like if you win 2 in a row, you can't win the next. You can't play in the next one.
that's
it's
going to
be it's going to become a problem.
Well, I think that's why we need more formats, and that's what I told them was like, I think I would be able to generate more interest in it if people didn't feel like it's just a way to donate money to Dale, right? Like that's at the end of the day.
Yeah, Dale.
That's a little bit how it feels for people right now, and I get that because you have these really good pinball players that can just come and clean up, and so they're like, why would I even try to participate? Now, I'm competitive by nature. I know I'm not going to win. But again, my second place was $125 on Black Knight.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about that. And I like compete. Like I like going to tournaments even if I don't think I can win.
Right.
Guess what? The last pinball tournament at Maltese, I won.
You got the whole thing.
I won the whole thing, with 2 strikes on a 3-strike tournament going the whole night long. And it's like sometimes you
got a hot streak.
Sometimes that happens, right? Like that's pinball, right?
Well, that's what I did on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And Dale came in and beat me. Did I get second or third? I don't remember.
I
or
don't
fourth?
remember either. I think you got second on Stranger Things.
Maybe. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I blew it up pretty good. But anyway, that is a thing. Do you think there could be a handicapping system?
Maybe. Yeah.
How would you handicap though?
I don't know. That's where high score tournaments just get hard. It's just sort of like, well, if you do this or you prevent this person or you could put a bounty on that person and I don't know, like
or just name it the anti-Dale tournament, right. And Dale's not allowed to enter.
Yeah.
Just call it that.
But I'll be interested. But yeah, I told them basically if we can get more formats, I think I can generate more interest in it because there are ways like if we limited the number of entries, that prevents any good pinball player from just blowing it up because they'd have to also be scary accurate. Like they can't play 10 times. Like maybe you only get 5 entries. I
only entered Black Knight once.
I know.
And I almost made it.
Though,
Meanwhile, Michael Carey was here all freaking day and finally knocked me out. I mean, he must have put $100 into that tournament.
I think one of my cooks put $40 into Comet, and he ended up taking like 4th place or something. It's like,
did he?
Yeah.
He was on Black Knight too.
Maybe he was 3rd. I think Dale and Bayless passed him, but
Black Knight he was on the leaderboard. Did he get money for that one?
I think he got pushed out on Black Knight, but he did get.
Did he? Because I got put. No, he was in front of me.
He got a Comet score on Sunday morning.
Good.
Of the end of it. Branden did as well. So like they both got payouts on Comet, but he was like you could see his name constantly on Comet. It was just like a full 20.
Well, that was only $2 though.
Yeah.
You can play that one twice.
Right. So
Scorbit's cool, and I think it's really cool that you're in at like ground zero on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you were one of 14 in the whole nation, and not like in the state.
Look, I'm a geek.
Which is ironic because there's another one in Crozet. There's another one in Charlottesville. Yeah. But other than that,
I'm a geek and I like technology and I love the idea, particularly on the older games, but on all the games, like the idea of these games being internet connected and insider connected is cool, but it's just CERN and that sucks. Like it would be much cooler. I mean, in the best of all world, these companies all work with each other, but they're not gonna. So it's like if you can have a third-party company that can like retroactively make it all work, especially for companies. Like old Gottlieb's and stuff that just, like, that company doesn't even exist anymore.
I'm going to put it on Spider-Man.
Yeah, like...
You can get one for Spider-Man.
Totally. Like, I mean,
that would be cool.
How cool
Oh, we can do that?
You can. It's supported.
You should get me one.
Like...
Tell me you need an extra
This guy
one.
buys pinball machines, but he won't spend $1. Like...
Oh, come on. Yeah, you're right.
But
I put a little bit into Potter.
There's something.
It's really
there's
cool.
something magical to me about that aspect of it. Like you said, that like you press start on an app and the game starts.
The game starts. That's cool.
Just like this is exciting.
If you guys aren't anywhere,
and there's so much that they can do with it, and I think they know it. Like
that they'll be able to do.
They know they're like with all of this access, all this data. Like we can do ping golf tournaments. We can do so much other stuff and things. It's just like. We can know how many balls it took for you to get to this multi-ball, this particular multi-ball.
They can do like speed runs.
Yeah.
Like, okay, first person to get Golden Trio multi-ball.
Yeah.
First person to get, like, or the fastest to whatever.
To X, yeah. So, like, there's so much they can do with it. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Specific. That'd be fun.
I think in the short term, it will be smaller iterative improvements to things like
Yeah.
logging into your, but like there's baseline stuff that I think they want to get right before they go.
They're
shooting for
active
the stars.
in talking though.
They are.
You know, and
I've had meetings with them. They've got a whole Discord where they're taking feedback from the community and that kind of thing. And like I said, while it was 14 just 2 months ago, like I think that number's probably already doubled, and they're every day talking to more operators and getting these things online and getting.
But
them
if you're
out
not
there.
near one, come here
There you go.
and check it out. It's a good draw for you guys to come in
Yeah.
if you're anywhere, or if you're just driving them down 95.
We've got signage up here. I think if you tap on it and you don't have the app, it takes you to the App Store where you can download it, and setting up an account is free. So
If the tap
play
works.
around. Yeah, if it works for you. So yeah, that's fairly new. What else? We've had some events. You did mixtape karaoke while
That's
I
so
was
fun.
in Vegas.
Yeah, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
It was soundtracks this time. That was good.
Yeah.
We had a group of, so it's on a Saturday, and it's earlier in the night, like 7 to 10.
7 o'clock.
So
yeah.
it's still dinner time, and there was a soccer team here, a group of like maybe 14U, maybe 15U, whatever, and we had to sign up a little differently. So we did it on the QR code, but it was on a Google spreadsheet because they can't pick their song. At mixtape, I pick your song.
Yeah.
And
so there's like a set list
Yeah.
of songs that's going to draw from randomly,
Right.
right? Yeah.
So all these boys kept signing up, and it was like Charlie, 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 Charlie. And we're like, oh, stop, stop, stop.
You don't need to sign up 20 times.
Yeah, and it was every single one of them did it. So I had to like get on the mic and be like, I don't know who these two people are, but stop signing up. You're signed up. Don't sign up anymore because you're spamming it.
Yeah.
So this guy comes over, and this happens all the time. I told you this. He came over and is just like in awe of the arcade.
Yeah.
And he's like, I came in, like I started to tear up, and I was like,
whoa.
oh. And he's like, no, man, it was just like so nostalgic. Like it was like way back in the day, and he gave you so much. But he's like, whatever he's doing here, and like whatever this is, like it's so cool. And it's fun for me because they don't know that we're boys.
Yeah.
So like I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. Like tell me more, right? So I'm trying like getting all the info, and he was telling me about he was with the soccer team, and he told him, he was like, you guys are going to get kicked out, and you're not even drinking. Like you got to stop. Mm-hmm. And they went up there and they got
You're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah. Oh, he was letting them have it.
Yeah.
But he told me like they won a big game today, so they came here to celebrate, and they're not from here.
Yeah.
They had just heard about the place, and he said, I live in Alexandria. Every chance I get, I'm bringing my wife down here.
Yeah.
It's like I get jobs down here all the time. I'm coming down here all the time. So anyway, the boys get called, and they got Celine Dion. They got the Titanic song.
Oh, jeez.
And they're like 14 years old, and they're all looking around like, I don't even know what movie this is. Like, oh my God. So I let them have a redo, and they got Whoop, There It Is. And I was like, you're doing it. Everybody knows all the words. Just do it. And it was so much fun. It's such a different vibe than just people going up and singing the song that they practice all the time. Or singing the song. I mean, even my regulars come in, and they're like, one of my regulars this time, when I posted it, they said, hey, do you have a playlist? And it was like light bulb. Like, why didn't I do that to begin with? Mm-hmm. So I didn't know how to make a playlist. I had Tucker do it.
Like a Spotify playlist?
A Spotify playlist,
Gotcha.
So, and I asked her, I said, how should I do that? She's like, do it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So Tucker listens to Spotify all the time. He made the playlist. I shared the playlist. And I must have talked to a handful of people. They were like, oh, yeah, I went through the playlist, and like I did it. I'm like, man, that's freaking great.
Yeah.
So it was all soundtrack songs, and I didn't want it to just be Disney night.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we did like 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
Bon Jovi was on there. We did a bunch. But it's a different vibe because they go up and they spin the wheel, which you can talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
Or last time we did the hearts, and they pop the hearts, right? So we do different things. And EK, when they go up and they push the button, it spins the wheel. Or if they pop the heart, he does it. And it's so cool. Nobody's doing anything like it.
Yeah.
Nobody has, like, I'm so happy that we do it because, like, man, it's so great.
Well, and I'll tell y'all because, like, this is a funny story related to this, and I'll tell you this because this is the Open Coin Door podcast.
Yeah.
And so, like,
what are you getting ready to tell them?
Why wouldn't I talk about this? I asked you like how it went because somebody on our Facebook left a kind of nasty comment about mixtape karaoke.
Yes.
Even though he didn't go to it, he was like, my friend said that this sucks and they left early, and I think it's maybe a cute idea for a family party game, but it doesn't work in reality because nobody wants to listen to people who can't sing. It was just kind of this like weird, unprompted comment on the Facebook. And
completely untrue.
Yeah, right.
The place was packed.
And I'm asking him, and he's like, "Oh, it was packed. This thing was amazing. People had so much fun." And I'm like, "Y'all, this is what it's like to be a business owner in 2026. Is just like you take feedback with a grain of salt because it's like you literally like I know it's a strung out comment or whatever, but you cannot please everybody." And for everybody who's happy about something, you've pissed off 2 other people, and then this person thinks that you are the best thing since sliced bread, and then this person is leaving an angry 2-star review, and it is what it is.
Well, here it's more like 5 people are happy and 1 person is weird. But that is super weird. And you said that person may or may not have, and it may have, I'm pretty sure you said it was that person, has done more of that.
Chronic feedback givers, and it might come from...
Yeah, but that's also an antagonist.
Yeah.
I mean, that person is antagonist, like they're being...
I just thought it was funny. So, like, I'm 5.5 years in on this now, so, like, it doesn't faze me. So, comments like that would have crushed me in year 1, man. Like, I would have read that and been like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir.
What was wrong?
Oh my gosh.
How did that? Yeah.
Well, this is not the standard that I would want this to be at. We will take immediate feedback." And now I'm just like laughing and like, you weren't even there, man. What are you talking about? Like, don't be weird. Like, but
my friends were there and they said it. Well, you know what?
Right.
Everybody else that was here, and what was really cool is the people stayed the whole time.
And I'm not saying every event that we come up with is going to be great. Like we've
definitely had some bombs. We've
definitely had some bombs or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I would like you to have been there and to provide that feedback directly versus like my friends were there and said it wasn't great or what. It's just like, all right.
But it's not okay. And I don't want to say in his defense or their defense. I don't know if it was a guy or girl. I don't want to say that. Devil's advocate maybe. It's not normal karaoke.
Oh no.
It isn't. If you want normal karaoke, come on First Friday because we have the best karaoke in town. Literally, we have the best. We were voted. But I don't know if they know that. Maybe.
Yeah, right, exactly. Some people like blinders just see the word karaoke and go, "Oh, let's go sing karaoke."
Yeah.
And then they get there and they're like, "What do you mean I don't get to pick my song?" Like those expectations are not being met.
But the people, like the excitement I see on their faces, like, what's her name?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But she wanted to do Whitney Houston. Yeah. And it was on the list, but it was down the list, but it was on the wheel. So I told her, I was like...
Bodyguard song?
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, listen, when you get up there, I played the game. I was like, blame it on me. And then just go with me. Work with me on this. So she was like, really? I said, yeah, go up there and say you want to sing this, but it's not on the list. And then just do it with... And she's like, okay. So she goes up. She's like, hey, I got a bone to pick with you. My song's not up here. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, so I was like, you know what? Because you called me out, you get to do it. And she killed it. Yeah. She crushed it. And it was one of the songs, she came up in the very beginning. She's like, I really want to do that song. I really want to do that song. And I was like, nobody ever wants to do that song. That's why I put it on there. Yeah. Like, I want people to bomb that song. But she was so excited
and that's why I know,
to get that song.
And I think you did something smart one time. I don't know if you still do this or whatever, but like the different lifelines, one of them was if somebody else wants to sing for you, they could take over your spot.
Oh, we do it all the time.
And so like, that's like, it's not like we're throwing you to the wolves like, oh, you don't know the song? We'll deal with it. And we all have to suffer the consequences of that. It's like, hey, does anybody else know this song? And people are like, I can kill this song. Let's go. And
yes.
They'll get up there and
do my regulars will do it. In fact, one of my regulars, I just let her keep the microphone because everybody.
Yeah.
I want her to sing with me. I know the song. All right, come on. I just keep it.
Yeah, it sounds more. I feel like it's more collaborative than regular karaoke would be.
It is, but
I think that's what, to your point, the expectation is, well, I came to do my music and do that.
That's not. Then come on First Friday.
Yeah, right.
Come to First Friday when we literally. And First Friday is maximum participation, but it's your show.
Right.
If you come to be the show, and it's like, this is what I'm going to do, when it's your turn, all lights are on you. And, like, that's what you do. But on mixtape, It's just a
So
twist,
anyway,
man.
I didn't mean to derail it, but I just that's a funny anecdote of being an owner that I think is
Yeah,
the whole reason this podcast is for, is to give you all some insight into the kind of things I deal with. Social media comments and messages are not fun, and that's one aspect of it. But it didn't bug me so much as I just found it like really freaking funny. Like,
I remember you telling me, you're
like two sides of the like literally like polar opposite takes on the exact same thing. It's just it is what it is.
But I was actually there.
Yeah.
And everybody stayed. They liked it enough. They stayed to the end, and then we played more music, and they stuck around and like I came
those
up.
Saturday night events have been really good for us. I've got to say, like, we're noticing more and more that financially and just in terms of people in the building and keeping the vibes going late into the
later
night.
in. That's what your goal was,
like,
was to
yeah,
get them here
got
later.
Every other month, Fascination Street is going on Saturdays, so like that's done. Every other month, we have a drag show on Saturdays.
And now every other month we have
every other
mixtape.
month we're doing the mixtape thing, and so like we're
I think we
piecing
figured
those
it out.
things in there. You'll have a emo night on a Saturday for the first time this month.
Memorial
so,
Day, yeah.
Those things are actually like legitimately helping the business in a way that in years past it was just like, well, we don't do things on Saturdays, and as a result, you know, like we would have a busy day during the day, but then it would just kind of go off of a cliff by like 8 p.m.
Yeah, I remember saying that, like 7 or 8, you're like, now there's nobody in here, and they're out doing other things at night because maybe they don't associate like being in the arcade, but if they have an event to go to in the arcade, oh, there's this going on over there, and we get the arcade too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have another idea for another, not karaoke, but kind of. And I
don't want to become a karaoke bar. That's my problem.
Come on, man. It's not a karaoke bar. So you know how I want to do a dance night, and you're like, no, we're never doing a dance night again. I'll do it for free, but we'll go into that later. I have an idea. I want to do a hot mic night.
Oh, you told me about this idea.
Yes, and it was actually, there's another story about how I got the idea, or the name. But, so people want to do karaoke, and they want to do their song.
Right.
If people want to do mixtape, but they also just want to like sing along with songs. Like people, like for Fools Fest, if you just turn on Golden, everybody's singing.
Everybody's singing.
And that's what it turns into sometimes. So it gave me the idea, like some people just want to have a microphone and sing along with a song. And I don't want to call it sing along because that's for 8-year-olds. So how am I going to do the adult sing along at Reclaim? No, it's not what we're going to do. So I was asking some of my regulars, like, what can we call it? Like, we were bouncing ideas like we did with mixtape, and I got a message and it said, hey, the hot mic. And I was like, that's perfect because the mic's always on.
Yeah.
And it's hot. Like, I was thinking like the mic drop or something with the mic and the hot mic, and it would just literally be, you have the mic, and if you know the song, sing the words. I'm not turning the words off. There's no words around because everybody's going to know the words anyway. So it's a different idea. I don't know how much to do it, but it might be one of those bombs.
It might be.
It might be, but it might not.
That guy will let me know. He's probably already judging it.
Our person will let us know how that goes.
He's not coming to it, to be clear.
No. His friends will for a little while.
We did something cool that I wanted to bring up, and I don't know, time-wise, we're probably getting pretty close. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this.
Yeah, I don't know.
But one thing that I thought was really cool was we were like, well, how are we going to have them do the picking of the songs and all that? And that was one of the, not the only, I've used AI for other stuff, but I had like mixed feelings about AI, and I don't know like how you all feel about it. I feel like, first off, I feel like a lot of people have very strong opinions about AI, but everybody's using AI, even if they don't.
If you have an Alexa in your house, you're using AI.
Everybody's using AI, but also like a lot of people don't like it. I have mixed feelings about certain parts of it, but for this, I was like, I think the prompt was just like, we want to have a spinning wheel with these 32 songs or 36 or whatever the first time we did it. I want someone to press the button and it spins the wheel and there's lots of fanfare and then it shows up with it selected. And then once the song has been selected, it needs to remove that from the wheel.
Yep.
And that was it. And it created a website, within like a minute or two.
Did you do that for the first one? Or did we just do like a randomizer one?
Well, I did it for the very first one. Yeah. Because EK was looking into software that would do it.
That's right.
He had some
That's
stuff, and
who he already had it.
I already have a website built.
I can do this in 5 minutes. Claude did it.
Yeah. So I used it for that. And then when we did the Valentine's one, we kind of did a different take on it where they were like, we did like the candy hearts or whatever. So it was like every song was behind a heart, and they would choose their heart, and it would open up and reveal the song.
It worked so well too, dude. It was like hit the heart,
it makes it,
and it would like open up, and the song would pop out at them.
It's like a, you know,
it was interactive.
It was interactivity. I think that's really cool.
Yes.
So we put that on the projectors on the wall behind.
It was really cool.
They are interacting with it, even though, you know, y'all are just pressing the buttons behind the scenes. But
for real,
yeah,
they liked it.
It was a cool use of AI, and I
the
think,
hearts turned gray, so it did the same thing.
Right.
So I would tell them, hey, you just need to pick a heart that has a color. There's no gray hearts.
Yeah.
And however you made them do it, it was absolutely perfect. So then we went back to the wheel this time, but we had the list on the side.
This time it did, because
it was cool.
Well, I hadn't saved. I'm not good about saving things, so I didn't have our first one that we did with that wheel.
Oh.
So I had to have it recreated, and this time it put like songs on both sides, or like the list of songs all combined for like side A and side B.
And it had a spin button. I think the first time it was just hit the wheel
or something.
Yeah, this one had its own little button.
Interesting that it chose a different route to making it. And I think the only issue there was just screen space. Like you said, there were like one or two songs that were below the fold or whatever. Like you had to scroll to see them. So.
But it worked.
Yeah. So like I think that's a cool use of AI. I've been using it recently, and there's not a lot of well, I guess there could be more scenarios that I could use AI in the arcade business. I think, but.
Yeah, like for your ads and your commercials.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything social media-wise. I don't like the image generation at all. I'll just be honest about that.
I mean, it looks AI. Like when you say, oh, that looks like AI, but it really does.
You can immediately pick it out.
100% right now.
And I don't like it.
It's not authentic. Like if you look at all the posters
maybe it'll get
that
there.
You've got over there in the door.
Yeah.
Those are cool-ass posters.
None of them look AI, right.
And they're not AI.
Yeah, right. And maybe it'll get there. Maybe in a year we'll be like, yeah, remember when AI was like, you could just tell
cartoon.
It sucked?
It was cartoon. Yeah.
But there are some businesses that's all they do. Like, it's just like what no harm, no foul. I understand, like, as a business owner, you got to pick your battles. And social media is a harder one. It's one that I'm actively trying to think, like, I need to find some up-and-coming young person that could do it to my standards.
Right.
But I don't want to be the person posting to Facebook anymore. Like, it's not fun. I don't like it. I don't like dealing with the comments. I don't like coming up with the posts and all that stuff. It's just not really that much fun to me. So I understand.
You still do all of them?
I do all of it. So I
thought maybe AI did some of them.
There's some temptation to use AI for this, but then it feels inauthentic, right? So like that is my struggle. I've had AI write for me for posts before, and as long as I can tell it to like tone down the number of emojis that it wants to use and not be so bubbly, then it can feel a little bit more authentic. Like right out the gate, it's just like, yep, that post was written by AI, because it's just like, it's too polished, it's too pop, it's too, and it's got like 7 emojis in there and all this stuff, and I'm just like, this is too much. But other people maybe aren't even bothered by that, so I don't know if that's my hang up.
I don't think the community is bothered by it. For posts.
I'll tell you, this is kind of meta. I've been doing this for the past couple of, I'm sure people maybe recognize it, or maybe you just don't care, but I use AI to help me come up with titles for these podcast episodes and write the description. So I will take...
Really?
Yes. I will take this video, I will grab the MP3 file, run it through software that uses AI to generate the full text transcript, and then I send the text transcript to ChatGPT and say, this is the entire episode. Come up with a succinct description of what we talked about.
And a title.
And a good title. And it will come up with one.
How long does it take to do that? To go through the whole episode, and then does it have to listen to the whole thing?
The transcript takes longer. I use a software called Mac Whisper, and it takes, again, it's using your CPU, and my laptop's old.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
So it takes like maybe 5 minutes to generate the transcript.
Oh, that's not bad.
Coming up with the title and description takes 10 seconds.
So as soon as it gets through the transcript, it's like, this is what it could be.
Like, here's a great title and description. You're like, yeah, that is.
It's perfect.
So
does it ever give you the, like, I don't use AI hardly at all, but does it ever give you, like, do you want me to do it this way or that way?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, it's constantly, like, would you like this shorter or longer? Or should I be
would you like me
punchier?
to use the,
The only thing that I have found that it seems to want to do things in threes. And I got caught early on when I was using, not caught, but I noticed the trend that I didn't want every episode title to be like pinball podcast and Halloween or it's
like the cadence of it, dump,
and I was just like, stop doing that. So I was just like, yeah. So I will sometimes edit the title just to be so that it's not three things in a row.
Tell
like
it
that
to make a 7-word title.
Right.
I
need you to not be
7-word title.
Yeah, right.
Do it.
But yeah, don't be so predictable, AI. But yeah, so I've been using it for that. I don't mind that, but that also feels very low stakes, and there's only like 3 of you all listening to this anyway, so it's fine.
You used it recently to do something much bigger, though.
I did. We're trying to regroup on our catering efforts. Mm-hmm. And catering is kind of like for private events, we send you a menu, you look at it, you tell us what you want, we'll write it down, and we'll order the stuff and make it happen. We actually have a big catering order coming up in 2 weeks. And that was exactly what they did. They want a taco bar for 150 people. And so we're gonna make it happen. But
sweet.
It's gonna be quite a job. But it's very manual like that. It's just here's a PDF menu, and what we want to get to is we've realized that we've got the capacity on the truck to offer some things from our menu in a catering style for parties that are happening in the room. For example, you want a pizza package of 4 pizzas. We can knock those out in 20 minutes.
That's easy.
Let's do that. Let's have those pizzas for you when your event starts, right?
Yeah.
Easy enough. You want a burger bar with like 20 burgers and all, like a toppings bar. We could do that during business hours without a whole lot of overhead, and that would of course increase our food sales. So we're thinking through things like that, hotel pantries of pretzel bites with beer cheese, things like that.
Talking my language.
Yeah, things like that, where if you're having a birthday party, maybe we can make it easier for you so that you're not bringing in Chick-fil-A or you're not bringing in Domino's or something or whatever. And it will still allow people to do that. But if we can make this easier for them, so we were looking at how we might do that. And I was playing around with our point of sale system because we do online ordering for like, people can scan a QR code to order food off the menu. And so I was thinking like online or like DoorDash. And so I was like, if we did something along those lines, but I really wasn't finding anything that worked well just for this catering thing. So I had AI build this catering app, and it's a whole-on website that allows people to say when their event is, and it gives them the menu, and they choose their options, and they can pay with a credit card, and then we get an email and they get a receipt, and our email includes a PDF that we can print out and put up in the kitchen so that we know when the date's coming up. We have a calendar view that tells us all the upcoming catering orders that are coming up.
It built all of it?
Did all of it. Every single bit of it.
Did it connect it to your, like you said, they can pay with a credit card on the site, so it connected it to your...
our point of sale, Square, to take those payments. And it works.
I don't know that.
It has an admin interface that uses Google authentication with just my general manager, Paula, and I's logins as admins. So, like, I don't even have to create user accounts. It just knows that
it just did it.
Paula and I are the only ones that can log in, and it just uses our Google account to do it. And so,
Skynet.
Yeah, it created all of this, and it was took about 3 hours one evening back and forth. And a lot of the back and forth was me troubleshooting getting this application up and running. So I will say that out the gate, like, I know technology, and I'm able to, like, I ran a web hosting business, so I know how to host applications.
Yeah, you know how to do it.
I had to know that stuff in order to get this up and running. This isn't something that anybody could just do.
Oh, yeah.
So,
like, I couldn't go home and be like, hey, I need to make this for my...
There are websites making that part easier. Lovable is a really popular one right now. And so that is one where they will do the hosting for you. And so when you're telling the AI, I need an application, they're like, all right, I built it for you. Let me know what you think. And it's running on their hardware already. So like you don't have to, in this case, I was going the other route where it was like, build me the application and now I'll host it myself.
And you'll do it.
And so I'm able to use, my own server and stuff to do that. So, but
that was my next question is like it built a website for you. Where is the website? Like, what's the old one that GoDaddy?
Yeah.
Like it was all like you had to, it's hosting.
It's on Reclaim Hosting.
It's it's on it, right?
Yeah.
So you have yours.
I still use my previous company, which is still up and running, Reclaim Hosting. They offer awesome hosting, mostly for educational institutions, but I really like their cloud platform, and so I use that primarily still. I find it really easy to use just because I built it.
You built it. It's yours.
Easy to know how to use it when during
you did
COVID,
it.
I was the guy that was building the thing from scratch almost. And so like I have
That's
a lot of
cool.
experience with it. So yeah, that's what
So
I
you-
use to
so-
host it. But like I said, that Lovable site I do want to play with at some point because I've heard interesting stuff from people like build me a website and then it'll build it and host it for you and you can just map a domain on top of it. And then like people are building out whole things doing this now.
You lost me at map it out.
Well, like if you wanted collinswetzel.com or djtilt, .com.
I could do one of those.
You could have Lovable build the website, and they'll be like, all right, djtilt.lovable.com. And you're like, no, I just want them to be able to go to djtilt.com.
Not
so they're like,
.lovable.
they'll give you options on how to do that,
Huh.
I'm sure. They're the ones holding all the files and stuff for you.
You have to pay them?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's a hosting thing.
It's
right? You have to
hosting,
pay.
so I'm sure hosting costs money, and that's probably where the business model is there.
Right.
But you don't have to know how to get it up and running, right? Like the actual like hosting step. I knew how to do that. It did, like I said, it took about 3 hours, and a lot of that was on mine because it uses this catering app uses technologies that even I don't have a ton of experience with. So it was a lot of command line, R2D2 sounds and that kind of stuff, but got it up and running and it's working. So we're going to be rolling that out pretty soon. The key thing.
That's cool.
And this is really funny, and this will kind of wrap up the AI discussion, but the key thing we still need is I need photos of our food. And I had AI generate them.
Yeah.
And
oh, no, I saw them.
they're awful.
They're so bad.
Most
the
of them.
chicken tenders.
Not all of them are, but the chicken
How they're
tenders.
so bad.
The chicken tenders are scary. They look like something out of the Alien franchise.
It was weird.
Like,
They had like little lines in them.
oh,
like
man.
they were.
AI can't make a hotel pan of chicken tenders. It
No.
just doesn't know what
The
you're
pretzel
gonna-
bites were cool.
Pretzel bites looked fine. The pizzas, I actually gave it pictures of our pizzas, and it gave like a nice cool arcade background. None of that was a problem, but some of the food looks weird enough that I'm like, I can't go.
We can't
live
put the
with
chicken
this.
tenders on there.
So yeah, chicken tenders in particular was just like, what are we doing here?
We have to get
And the
some
burger-
pictures of them.
The burger bar was weird. Like there was misspellings. So yeah, like there's just that. So I need photos
It's
of
so
stuff,
weird,
but
man.
Otherwise,
Like-
we'll get going with that.
AI can build all that stuff, and then it misspells words.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like it changes like literally like it's labeling the toppings for a burger bar, and mustard instead of a T it puts a Y, and you're just like, what are we doing here?
well, how do you know?
Musyard?
With a,
Musyard? Is that what are we?
you can build an entire website,
Yeah.
and you can't spell mustard?
So, yeah, I think it's just a sign of like where we are right now. It's like this stuff is new, but it has fast-tracked itself to become something crazy, and
It can slow its roll.
God only knows what we'll be using for it further in the future. I mean, I use it to batch cocktails and stuff, and it's great at that. Anything involving math, it's awesome at. Like,
Well, that makes sense.
yeah, like I can tell it, this is the drink recipe. I have a 32-ounce jug with measurements on it that I want to use and then I have these containers that I'm putting it into, and it's like, all right, well, you're going to add this much of this, and that, and that'll fill up your jug. Now mix it all together and pour it into your containers, and it's like, whoa.
Sweet, thanks.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, but it can't spell mustard.
But it can't spell mustard. So I think, at least for the time being, the creative side, I don't mind it building applications, but when it comes to image generation and some of that other creative elements, I don't think it can replace,
the real thing.
the real thing.
The real thing. Especially,
if I don't want to do it, I need to hire someone to do it. Like,
you had somebody take a photo the other day.
Yes.
The Ready Player. Dude, I've been waiting for one of those photos. The lights are just symmetrical. And if you haven't seen it yet, you posted it the other day.
I posted that. I've been like.
You got to go
slowly
look at
posting.
this picture, guys.
We've got a street photographer that's coming to some of these events because I'm like, we need some good photography to show the magic that's happening at some of these events, and so.
Or just come and see it and take our word for it.
Well, sure, but yeah, he'll be at the emo night.
That's going to be so fun. It's going to be
Fascination-
our first Saturday.
Fascination Street's done this well for a solid year now, where they've got a photographer
Yeah.
that is a part of that group that they pay to take photos, and so they've got a large swath of material to pull from when they want to advertise for their events. And I was like, man, I need to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah, we only have a few.
Yeah.
And my phone doesn't take, everything comes out pink
Yeah.
because of the lighting.
Well, it is a challenging environment for
Yeah.
taking photos.
No, that's
for
why
sure.
that picture was so unreal. Because it's like black in the background. You can see everything. The light beams are just perfect. It's not like oversaturated. It's great.
He'll be at the Trauma Mammal Jaguardini show that's coming up in.
Jaguardini's coming back?
Jaguardini's coming in May, man. He's coming at the.
Wait, it is May.
I know. He's coming on the 22nd. So.
I'm going to be here.
Yeah, so those photos will be really awesome too.
Jaguardini's crazy. You guys should come check that out.
It's a wild show.
He's different. He's a different cat, and he's good. That's fun.
Yeah.
He hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah, it'll be good for us to have like actual like good photos of our various events and things like that to get the word out. And I do think like that's where, it makes social media easier because the space kind of speaks for itself if you've been here. That's the hardest part is how can I show you? What can I show you to make you understand
to
the
get
magic
you
of this
here
space? And some of it, I don't want to show too much of my hand because it's like that's also the magic of coming is like, whoa, and it's like if you've seen it all, and it's like but you want to give them enough, So I think that stuff will really help. So, well, we should probably get going. I think this is probably one of the longer episodes we've done.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah,
we had a lot to talk about.
We've got a lot to talk about.
We did a lot of things in those weeks.
We sure did.
There was a lot.
Don't forget, we still have the email address. If you ever want to email us, it's opencoindoor@gmail.com. We do read the emails, and there's a bug flying around. It's not a bee, is it?
I don't know.
I hate bees. We do read all the emails and appreciate that feedback. So anything you want us to touch on, anything that I can help reveal for you about the insidious inside aspects of running a retro arcade, I'm here for it.
Did AI write that for you?
No.
Insidious
that's
inside
all,
aspects.
All up here,
that was 3
Yeah.
insidious inside aspects.
Oh no.
It is taking over Tim's brain.
Maybe AI has taken over my brain.
Skynet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Skynet's coming.
Thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you all next time.